T1 playing very respectfully, and you can see Oner once again lurking. Great positioning for the Lee Sin as he gets the knock-up. Gumushi still in trouble even though the Lee Sin's here, but they get the first blood. Gumushi walks it out. He just needed the flash, guys. That's all he needed, and that's all they had remaining, as now Oner still looking for more. Wants to be able to grab this. He safeguards forward, gets the flash out of Moham as Teddy's trying to punish any potential overextension, but another Q is going to land as he flashes to bring Oner under the turret. The handshake! That was 11 head from Kwangdong Freaks, but Moham, oh, it's going to get blocked as well. What an amazing series of plays from both teams. T1, though, do walk away with first blood.
So they will walk away with first blood, but Oner is, of course, removed from the map here, so both junglers will die. That is going to reset things. LM going to go straight back to the top side of the map and continue farming, but with the back timing here
hasn't been given away yet. As Ellen moves in, they get the handshake, but there's the Q. It connects onto Teddy somehow. The bailout comes in, but it's not going to work. Cannon Barrage is also largely ignored as Gumushi's going to cash in at 7.5 minutes here in game number 2. And things are looking much different this time around.
Yeah, now the Draven is getting online, and this was a play that was premeditated from Kwangdong Freaks around the fact that they think Oner is not here. LM is trying to look for the bait play there. That's why Teddy was taking those aggressive trades with Guma, which were not favorable, which is why he's the first to go down when Oner shows up and is able to get on top of him. He's just so low from the trade that happened before. And this is what I was saying, pre-6 for the Jarvan and the Lee Sin. They don't have their kick, they don't have the Cataclysm at that moment in time. I mean, right now, Kwangdong Freaks for a trade.
A little knock up there as LM going to do a bit of damage to Oner. And now, of course, Jarvan buffed a little bit. That passive goes off a little bit more as Faker's going to weave his wall over. He wants Moham.
They know he's flashless.
He does find the seismic shove, but they do manage to get the ulti through. LM in a bit of trouble, who's now completely zoned away from his team. Of course, the Q lands from Oner, and they lock down that pick off as well. And T1 will seamlessly transition into this Drake as well.
There was no winning here for Kwangdong Freaks. Your support has no flash. There's a wave crashing into the turret bottom side that Teddy is going to lose if you really want to force a fight here. Don't have choke point control. They have Weaver's Wall. And all it takes is Guma Summoners to make sure he lives. As Keria.
Yep, another arrow is already off cooldown as Teddy is going to get bailed out. Let's see whether they can grab the kill. They do! And now Fade is here. Can he land the charm? Of course he can! Gets Gumushi against the wall and will be able to guarantee it. Beautifully done here as Kwangdong Freaks answer back, but Faker is getting plates in the mid lane. Flank damage and might just kill him, as he can always headbutt the wall. Good little movement there from Keen to avoid. But there's the flash. The brittle was there and he was just waiting. He was just waiting.
Engages. Once again, we're going to see the Jarvan rotate over.
Another Fate's Call. Gumushi not going to get knocked up from it, but will go down as Teddy's just going to rip out all of the sticks. Baron. And so not going to need to worry about that for the next little while, as there's a knock-up. Ornhorn to come in. Zeus taking matters into his own hands. Cannon Barrage, though, in a pretty good position. And Zeus not going to be able to get the kick that he's looking for. He does secure the kill onto Moham, but it's a 1-for-1 trade at the moment as Teddy trying to be in position to get these auto attacks down. There is the movement forward as Fate is going to get the stopwatch out of Faker. Ellen flashes to get himself out of the way, but Teddy locks down the kill. But in goes Zeus. He will be taken down though as the flash comes out. Teddy's playing so well today. It's just ridiculous as Gumushi completely out of mana but avoids the charm. Through this minion wave is going to come down as the arrow connects onto Ellen somehow, and he will get punished. Cataclysm went down. It tried to deny the Ornhorn. I believe it did, as Zeus didn't get a whole lot of CC there, but still a whole lot of this damage has been done as Faker is going to block off so many members. And Teddy, oh, flashes behind Faker's wall and is just kept there in the little, he's like in Harry Potter's cupboard under the stairs wall. Oh, that's not what you want to see.
He just flashed right into jail. You ever just flashed right into a cell? Yeah, I just didn't know the Weaver's Wall was going to interact that way with that wall and have that little tiny pocket that he would be trapped in. It might have expected the Weaver's Wall's on the edge, but he would actually just be pushed through it. There was just a tiny gap that he gets stuck in. But I love how T1 handled this whole scenario, as Fate is going to look to grab a free charm here, but won't lead to anything else.
He has a stun, but yeah, Zeus is very tanky, like you were talking about. The arrow looks majestic as it flies by. Another seismic shove, though, as Faker has certainly downloaded Ellen today. That is going to be his second one in a row, and Ellen's going to have to get out. As T1, I don't know what happened, But over the last minute, they have had some of Michael's secret stuff, and they are looking absolutely fantastic. They'll lock away this Drake as well after collecting the Baron. And this is the swing they needed. Another cash in for Gumayusi as well.
Blind without vision on Baron, T1 decided to rush towards Drake control, set up a vision line here, then have a hard engage saying, okay, Kwangdong, are you going to run at Baron, try to trade Baron for this Drake? If you do, then we have hard engage. We can go, you have no vision on our Drake scenario that we're setting up here. Potentially, we could be starting it, you don't know. And the second Kwangdong start kiting back towards Baron, that's when they pull the triggers. Unfortunately, Teddy is just flashed into this weird pocket. This is delivered by Oner. I don't even know if that was completely necessary, but it does help guarantee the kill there with the bailout coming through. But I love T1's decision to say, no, we're gonna rush the...
He ends up out of the way, but Gumayusi's going to return the favor, and that is a very dead Pirate. Teddy in position, but he's going to get shoved. Faker picks him up. It's a double kill for Gumayusi, as now Faker's going to be able to secure it onto LM as well. And T1's revenge is swift here in game number 2. We're 30 minutes in, but Kwangdong Freaks, they're not going to be in this game for much longer.
Kwangdong Freaks had such a good mid-game. It looked like they might have been able to just choke T1 out of the game. They had a nice lead, but a few great calls from T1. Namely, their rush towards that 4th Drake was so massive. Now it's going to look to push to end the game. A lot of turret shots tanked, however, so we'll have to wait for these minions to come through.
Yeah, so it may not be over just yet. But, you know, it's sort of it. As Faker is going to get caught, he was trying to take a Hex Gate. Hex Gates have been a very big problem here in the LCK for a large array of reasons.
Well, that was a game that was basically in T1's hands. They messed around with the push, took a few extra turret shots.
Does this mean Kwangdong get Baron?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. This is actually kind of a silly swing that should not have happened. And T1 have a teleport, so teleporting mid. Weaver's Wall is up for Faker, but he's not going to be here in time. This is kind of a disaster. Now, they do have Ashe Arrow.
Yeah, and this Baron goes down extraordinarily quickly. This is Rageblade Callista. They also have a lot of Secure, as the arrow is going to fly by, but it doesn't land on Keen this time. Oner looks for a Q. He gets into the back of the pit and steals away the Baron. And now all of them are just fish in a barrel for Gumayusi to throw a lot of big axes at. He will be taken down, but Teddy is still looking for more. Carrier not going to get rendered that time around, though, as Oner is going to find Fate and locks down that. Take matters into their own hands. And this game is now officially over.
Yes, the second time is the charm here, as Faker will, you know that time when you die in the solo queue game when your team pushes to end and you're really sad you're not there? That's Faker right now.
Yeah, he's like, wait, I want to be in the picture. I want to be in the photo.
Yeah, I want to be in the end. He's Weaver's walling his way over. Will he be in the final shot? I guess he might just barely get in frame in time. But T1, that really decisive call to push for Drake. I keep going back to it, but I think it was a beautiful call. Wins them the game. They turned it so brilliantly around Vision. Yeah. They will bring us to a 3rd game here. Not going to be Kwangdong Freaks with a back-to-back 2-0 this season around.
먹으려고 한다. 싸움보자.
캠플 볼 수 있나 캠플?
볼게,
캠플
볼게.
캠플? 캠플 봐봐 캠플. 다 뛰었어?
먹었어.
쌈봐.
칼리 안쪽으로.
야, 아래 안쪽 나갈게. 칼리. 야, 미드.
봐봐.
나이스.
잘 잡았고. 끝내면 될 듯.
나이스.
나 부활해. 끝내자.